All right, so today we're going to be doing a breakdown of the schematic impact Matt Luke has already had on the University of Georgia in just, a handful of practices, 14, 15 practices prior to the Sugar Bowl, and obviously the one football game. One thing I questioned about the Georgia offensive line blocking scheme this year as a former offensive lineman, especially when you got 4 and 5 star guys all up and down the roster that are relatively athletic for the most part, barring a few of them that aren't quite benders, but more maulers and brawlers. One thing I would question is why not, pull a couple of times, get some guys out in the open. And now, Matt Luke, no one pulled in the SEC. No one pulled more outside of maybe A&M than Ole Miss during Matt Luke's time there. Quite, a fan of the quarterback option in particular. We saw Rice Plumlee have a lot of success this year, especially against LSU. I mean, he ran for daggum near, I think, 350 yards, something astronomical out there. But immediately first game in, and we've seen Georgia face odd fronts. So one thing that came to my mind is, you got some open gaps in here. You got some voids. Maybe that's the reason they're doing some pulling guard stuff. No, I genuinely think this is Matt Luke's, imprint on the offense already. So typically in the Georgia offense this year with my boy Charlie Warner right here lined up in this what I call sniffer position. See how his nose is kind of near this butt, sniffing that butt of the tackle. I don't know. It's just something my high school coach used to talk about all the time. The sniffer position is what we're going to call this. Okay, what you're going to see here is typically they would run split zone action. This guy would show heavy action right here to come get the in man on the line of scrimmage. This guy. Okay, and split zone action, and typically we would just run regular old inside zone, either away from the split zone action. Here it's to the back. So this is a little bit different. But immediately, this is first drive of the football game down here. You see we're just 1:06 in. What you're going to see right here from Warren Erickson is one of the very first, if not the first pulls from a Georgia offensive lineman this season. He's going to pull out like an expert, identify that this end man on the line of scrimmage is crashing down. As a pulling guard, your job is to log that man. I don't know why it's called log. Maybe outside leg. I don't know. Offensive line terminology is weird. It's all about this one coach one day came up with this term, so that's the term we use. He's going to log this outside. You see that right there? Let's take it back. You're going to see Warren Erickson log this in man on the line of scrimmage. Boom. He hits this outside shoulder and seals this. Now, typically it would be a kick out, but since this guy wants to play heavy down the line of scrimmage, we're going to seal him. If he wants to go that way, we'll take him. Now, Charlie Warner has one of the key blocks here. He's got the first outside or inside linebacker past the center. And in a triple or in a stack defense like this, it can get a little tricky. But what you'll see here is they offset a little bit. He's playing in this B gap right here. So this now becomes Charlie Warner's man as he wraps around. Okay? Everyone gets their guy. We're locked on. Charlie's a little bit indecisive as to who he blocks because he come out there and he sees 2 defenders. And here's why. This safety is screaming down into the box. It's early in this football game. George Pickens hadn't quite ate him up yet, and this is probably why they got ate up all first half, okay? They're trying to disguise this as cover 4. They're trying to show 2 deep high safeties, but guess what? They're bad at bluffing. This guy's playing dead center of the field. Dead, I mean, literally almost on the logo right here. So you'll see this safety screams down in the box. Now, this is still a well-designed football play, okay? We get the log here. We get all the down blocks. This is just a regular old counter with the sniffer acting as the backside tackle instead of pulling the backside tackle. Backside tackle probably just, I think you'll see, Jamari Sawyer just protects B-gap right there. Very simple play. Okay, now, the guy who's got a win right here and didn't quite win on this play is Zamir White. Look, your job as a tailback is not just to run into open space, okay? That's part of it, but another part of your job is, look, sometimes we can't block all 11 defenders on the field, so your job's to make one miss. We're going to leave one defender for you, tailback. If you can't make that guy miss, then that's your problem. But look at Zamir White. This is what makes Zamir White different, right? He gets hit at the line of scrimmage by the safety he can't quite make miss yet because he's coming off 2 knee surgeries. And look, he's going to drive the pile for 4 yards. Positive play. And again, this is well coached, obviously, because this guy hadn't been doing this since he showed up at Georgia. Okay? And now he's being asked to because Matt Luke is the new offensive line coach. Again, just spent about 4.5, 5 minutes on a pull play. Settle tight and get comfortable because this is an offensive line heavy, session here, and this is one of my passions, okay? You're going to learn a lot tonight, I hope. or today, tomorrow, whenever you're watching. Oh, also a little side note here. Check out the bubble screen action. Only problem is that's Eli Wolf up there, so they ain't very much worried about it. But nonetheless, we got it sealed. Look at that. Got a block. We get out here, we're on the move. But this is, another testament, a little side note here. And again, we're real in depth at this point. You ever noticed how much Georgia went 12 personnel this year? 1 tailback, 2 tight ends. Not a lot of spread offenses doing that. And it's not something, that James Coley's traditionally used to doing. But what are you going to do when all your wide receivers are hurt? All right, so that was, 6 minutes on split zone or split counter, if you will. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to count this out or point this out. Look at Charlie Warner. Look at Charlie Warner. This is the 3rd snap of the game. Talking about inserting your will. Look at my boy. 89. Gold helmet sticker. Give it to him. Believe this is another look at split zone here from Georgia. Yeah, you're seeing it from Eli Wolf right there. That's what that split zone action is. This is the traditional look that they gave all year long. But the reason we're pointing this out right now is because, sometimes it's not all on the offensive line, okay? What you're going to see here, started from the top. What you're going to see here is Trey Hill and the backside guard. Again, this is an odd front. 1, 2, 3. Trey Hill and Solomon McKinley are working a backside frontside combo through this 0 into what we call the point, okay, or the backside point, depending on how they identified it. If I'm the center right here, I'm leaving him out. I'm going to say he's out of the box. I'm calling this the point of attack, where the combo is working, and I'm going to let the backside combo work to that, okay? So what it's going to shake out here is these 2 are working to these 2, and these 2 are working to these 2, okay? Take a look at how it works out, and what I want you to see is, again, sometimes it's not all on the offensive line. Look, boom, blocked, okay? This play, like I just told you, is designed to run into this alley right here, okay? This right here. But number 3, he just misses it. Look, everyone makes mistakes, right? Everyone misses it every once in a while. But there is no doubt about the fact that, we're running fake wide, jet sweep motion here. Charlie Warner outside releasing to pretend, as if he's going to run this jet sweep. And we get heavy flow action, and it causes all of this, right? Look, all of this wash over here. Guys just wasting effort over there. There's no sense in running over here, especially when we're going front side inside zone or front side split zone in this case, because Eli Wolf, you see him right there, he went backside right there, okay? So sometimes it's a miss right here, and that's okay. Everyone messes up, but it's not all. If you don't know football, or if you didn't know football prior to watching this, thank you for watching. You might think this is just a regular old 7-yard run or whatever it ends up being. It's a 2-yard, thanks to Zamir running. See, again, it's what we talked about earlier. It's just a dude running hard right here. It's just a dude running hard. But again, he doesn't have to, okay? He really doesn't have to. We got a single receiver over here named George Pickens who got that guy. He got that guy. I guarantee you've seen the play where DeAndre Swift is this guy, and he hits a jump cut right off that Trey Hill's butt, and then boom, off to the races. I'm going to dead leg the safety, and I'm out. 88 not the gate, okay? Just a miss, but again, winning with effort, right? That's what coaches always say. You can give effort on every play. You might not be right every play, but you can give it effort. And we're going to let this run because I believe – no, it ain't. I was about to say I believe it's Pickens' touchdown. But anyways, back to this play here. Effort by number 3, but wide open, right? They blocked it up perfectly, okay? It's blocked up great. They got to the point. Backside linebacker got caught up in the wash because we got at least some, pressure at the point of attack right here. Trey Hill's not quite getting stalemated. I mean, he technically is, but he's not getting reset in the line of scrimmage. So a good play call and just a miss. Everyone misses. But sometimes, you got to call the tailback out. All these offensive linemen get called out all the time, and the tailback gets all the glory, at least in the fans' mindset. But I guarantee you, Coach Dale McGee is chewing that backside for missing this right here in the front side hole. Same play from before, a little counter with a backside guard. I'm going to hold the tackle back here because we got a 7 technique, and we're going to pull Charlie Warner as well with it or wrap him. Solomon McKinley right here. This is going to look scary. I mean, look at that guy running and chopping his big old feet at you. But they run the RPO off the back of it. Jake Fromm's just counting numbers. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Safety rolled down. Center high safety got his eyes all the way down as well. This alley defender probably led him to believe he's going to throw this football. Eyes are over here. Eyes are over here right now. But he knows he's working to the top here to Pickens, before the ball's even snapped, because that's how Jake Fromm works. One step, get it out, get it rolling. But still, you're seeing the impact of Matt Luke right there. This did not happen. Solomon Kinley was not pulling at all this season. I mean, it's not something that Sam Pittman asked him to do. Now, I don't know if that was a thing between he and Smart and Coley or what was going on. I'm not in the offensive coaching room. But what I will tell you is I can recognize the difference in what's happening. Okay? This is just they're trying to run this counter. Again, Fromm pulls it and throws the football. Okay? But it looks like it's not going to be blocked up. He did a good job. Look, 1, 2, and a hangover defender right here. It's a good job by Fromm, as usual. Good decision getting the ball out to Pickens. But nonetheless, the schematics are there. Pulling guards. Love it. We showed you the clip earlier of a little counter, right? We've been taking a look at it all day. This is what happens when the log is not there, right? When instead of a log, the offensive guard has to kick, right? There's a pull and kick, and there's a pull and wrap. The pull and wrap is what we call a log in the offensive line world. Okay, quick note for offensive linemen and for young football players, if you're a quarterback especially, okay, you don't want to give any tips away. One thing you'll notice here, I'm going to tell you right now, Warren Erickson's pulling. I know that. You know that. But we don't need the defense to know that. Get your butt up and lined in the normal line of scrimmage. Look, there's one guy sticking out like a sore thumb or a sore ass, if you will, at this point, and it's Warren Erickson, number 50. Get your butt up in the line of scrimmage. Don't give any tips because a good defensive player is going to identify that. But anyways, great job here by Warren Erickson of the kick-out block. Again, we're not going to run it, or Georgia's not going to run it here, but Warren Erickson has absolutely laid the wood right now, and he's driving his feet. Okay, but the kick is there, and Eli Wolf is able to insert in for the play side inside linebacker, who is then running away because he's reading play action. Okay, again, they don't keep the ball here. He's just feeding. I believe I want to say it's Pickens. Oh, you already knew it was Pickens. Is it the first half of the football game? It's Pickens. Okay, he's feeding Pickens at this point. Can't question the decision because all he's got to do is make that guy miss, and it's likely a touchdown this close. But you see the pulling, you see the kicking, you see the wrapping, all this kind of motion and stuff, right? It's just one more. The reason I like it, obviously it gives Warren Erickson a chance to go stick his face into this guy's face and play physical and all that good stuff and all that macho mumbo jumbo. But the most important thing to me is linebackers have been taught to read their keys their entire life. It's guard, back, quarterback. That's what they're taught. Okay, look, they're taught to read the play through the guard first, see if he's pulling. He'll typically lead you to it. Then read the back. If he's got the football, go run him down. Then read the quarterback's eyes, right? Well, if he's got to find out where the guard's going, it's just one more thing for him to watch in the scheme of things, okay? Slows him down just a little bit, and that's what you need. Look, he has stopped, okay? His eyes are on that guard. And here's how I know. If his eyes were on Jake Fromm, he would have identified that he's coming to the top of the screen right now. But since his eyes are on the guard, he's late to turn around, and he's not in the play, though. The corner makes a great play right here coming down and making that tackle. Okay, they're not scrubs out there either. But here's the point. The point is Matt Luke getting in here, changing some schematics of this offense just a little bit, and we'll show you. I'll try to give you some comparison clips as we go, or if I haven't given them to you already. If I have, kudos to me. Again, hope you guys have learned something tonight. I have. I've learned that Matt Luke is going to change some things at Georgia offense, and, there's good things to come here. All right, we're back after halftime now, and here it is again. Warren Erickson doing a great job right here for Georgia of logging this in defender. In guy wants to squeeze, right? You see him heavy down the line of scrimmage. He is determined to fight his head inside your play side shoulder. Okay, let him do it. Wrap him. Let Charlie Warner adjust off of that and get the play side inside linebacker here. And guess what, Zamir White? This guy is yours. You're going to have to make a miss. Look at all this space out here. You're going to have to make this guy miss. It's something we've seen DeAndre Swift do his whole entire career. And again, if you're going to be a great college back and a great pro back, you got to make this guy miss. They're not always going to block him up perfectly, okay? We're not going to, like we said, you're not going to always run free. And otherwise, it is blocked perfectly, okay? Warren Erickson gets his log technique on this in man on the line of scrimmage. Boom. He's there. He's got him sealed. Watch Charlie Warner come around. Boom. He's got him sealed. Okay, now look, we're in this one-on-one situation. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is we're going to get tackled for a 2-yard gain, okay? Look, Zamir, again, we don't know how fully healthy he is. You can assume he's healthy, right? He's out there playing football. But is he the number one running back in the country that we saw coming out of high school? Probably not. Not at this point. Now, that's not to say that he's not ever going to be, but I'll tell you what, Zamir White of high school doesn't get caught right here, or doesn't get tackled right here. Not by that safety. And again, this is why George Pickens lit these boys on fire, is because Baylor decided, from the jump, we are going to stop the run. We will trust our guys in man-to-man situations, and if they burn us, they burn us. And guess what? Georgia burned them, okay? But nonetheless, it goes back to this blocking scheme. I love this scheme right here, okay? We've shown split zone. Georgia's shown split zone all year long. So what are we going to do? And I talk like this because I talk like my coach would. Okay, I'm breaking it down. I'm not a wee guy, okay? Sorry, guys, to break your heart. I'm not a big Georgia fan. Not a fan at all. Just a guy that loves – I'm a fan of the game of football. How about that? But I am a fan of this blocking scheme, okay? And it's coached up well. Look how tight to the line of scrimmage Warren Erickson is. Look at this. You're not going to see any space. Look, there's hardly any space in there between number 50 and the butt, okay? They tell you to ride the butt of the down lineman, okay? The guys on these down blocks, all of them are on down blocks except the backside tackle here. He's on a hinge is what they call it. Just protect B-gap like we talked about earlier. But Erickson's going to do a great job wrapping this defensive end. Charlie Warner, as always, look at the hand shot. Watch this guy move when Charlie Warner puts his hands on him. Boom. Look at that impact. Okay, that's great stuff from number 89. I love this guy. I'm going to be sad to not be able to watch him play next year just because of that right there. Look at that. There is no doubt about it. There's one guy out here that is trying harder than everybody else. You don't think that kind of stuff pops off the film when Kirby Smart turns it on and when James Coley turns this film on? That stuff absolutely pops off the screen, okay? And a lot of that, is just Charlie being Charlie. And some of that's coaching, right? You got to get your guys to play hard, but a lot of that's who 89 is. He is who he is. But I love the scheme. Love Matt Luke's impact already at the University of Georgia. All right, this next clip I want to show you doesn't have a lot to do with any schematic advantage that Matt Luke's provided, though he does play, coach with a ton of energy, and you're not going to play for him on this offensive line at Georgia from now on unless you play with high effort and high intensity. But, when I see this kind of stuff from one of my guys, I call this guy right here, Cade Mays, one of my guys, okay? Because, I would have to play like this if I ever, expounded to play at a level like this. The only problem is I was never 6'6", 360, or 340, whatever he is. Massive man, nonetheless. But take a look at it right here. He's, going to what we call inside veer release on this side. He's playing about it's a 7 technique with that tight end back over there. But what you're going to see here from Cade, look, he's going to dip, rip inside the 7, okay? And he's going to try to get to this linebacker right here on this, naked toss sweep is what they call this, into the boundary, which I always like, man. Toss sweep into the boundary, might not seem like the great play, but, Reggie Bush and the USC Trojans made this famous, and the goddamn near won a Heisman solely off this play. So what you're going to see is Cade's going to get outreached by number 36 right here. I think that's 36, maybe 38. But nonetheless, he's going to get to Cade's play side shoulder. He's going to recognize this toss sweep. But Cade's going to win with sheer effort and a big bear paw. Okay, watch what's going to happen. He's going to, okay, I'm on your back. It's okay. I'm going to run you out of the screen, and then I'm going to land on you as I throw you to the turf. Okay, look, not great technique. I want to show you right here. Okay, look, we're a waist bender at this point, right? We're not a hip bender. We're just bending at the waist. It's not great pad level. His feet are tight, okay? This isn't anything they're going to teach you at offensive line camp, but they don't have to, okay? Because, again, they don't make them much bigger than number 77, and they don't make them, cut from this kind of cloth anymore, really. This is an absolute, we talking about in the early portion of this, a mauler and a brawler. This is exactly what Cade Mays is right here, okay? Just running guys out of the screen and playing with effort, not necessarily great techniques. Solly Kinley just whiffed. But hey, look, Solly, you did a good job. Made him run under, okay? Never let a guy go over. Always make him run under, because guess what? If he's running under, he better not catch our back. If he's catching our back, we need to get a new back. That's what my coach used to always say. Oh, look, he caught the back, but it's for 9 yards. Okay, we can take that. Hey, man, a safety getting a little too intense playing this run when they're going cover 3. Look at him. He is head tilt down, okay? It's a good clip by Cade Mays. Like to see that kind of effort. And, again, it's well coached up right here. That guy's taught to make that guy go underneath. It may look like a bad play from Solly. It may look like he whiffed. But you know what? He got to his play side shoulder. He made that guy run up underneath. And this guy just went in with effort. Let's see what Charlie Warner does out here at the top. I bet he don't miss. Nah, he kind of missed. Dang it, Charlie. You let me down, Charlie. All right, here we're taking a look at Georgia versus Auburn. I know what you're thinking. Why'd you go all the way back to the Auburn game? Well, I went all the way back to the Auburn game because Auburn's one of the few teams that played an odd front against this Georgia offensive line this year. Now, though the linebackers back here do a totally different scheme, they dress it up totally different with this guy right here, Big Cat Brian, I believe that is. But the fact of the matter remains is there's a lot more open gaps and open schemes right here that would provide a team to pull and do all that kind of nonsense if they would so choose. Now, all this dressing, it may look totally different than the clips we showed you earlier. It's still, 2x2 right here, and it's still split zone, okay? You're going to see the tight end right here fight across the backside of the line of scrimmage and get this, edge defender on the end. And then on the up front for the offensive line, they're just running standard inside zone, okay? Trey Hill has a bear of a task right here trying to reach a 3 technique, or not necessarily reach him, but him and Solly are to work to the play side inside linebacker. That's what we call the point of attack. We've already taught you that tonight, hopefully by now. By the way, I have no idea where we are in these clips. I pre-record them and then put them back in there. Just a little tip for you. Anyways, got a combo here front side on this what appears to be a 2-eye. These backside guys are working to clean up the garbage back here and working their angles and taking their track, as you will. That's what offensive line coach calls it. Taking your track to see what you pick up. Hopefully, you take Derek Brown on the way with you. Odds are that's not the case. That guy's pretty damn good at the game of football. But let's take a look. It's the same look minus the guards pulling, okay? Look at all the mess in there. And look, most of the mess is created by this guy, okay? And all that is who's that playing right guard? We've got some Cade Mays playing right guard right there. Anyways, right guard, Derek Brown is getting across his face from a 3 technique. It just shows you how good this guy is. But when this guy's this good, maybe we don't necessarily try to down block him like this. Maybe we try to pull and do all that kind of fun stuff. What they were doing last game is, the last game of the season is they were running, this split zone action, and while pulling the tight end right here, they would take the guard with them, right? Get out and let's run the ball this way as opposed to running away from Derek Brown. Let's maybe try to combo him. And if we have this type of result with the combo here, because he thinks he's reading inside zone read this way, and he's trying to fight over your face this way, and guess what? Solomon McKinley's pulling this way, backside, into this split zone look, we might have a better play. Okay, but Brian Harrion doing a great job right here, making chicken salad out of you-know-what, and just driving and putting his head down, okay? It's what you've seen 7 and 35 do this season and for the better part of their career. But anyways, that's the different look, right? We're trying to show you tonight Matt Luke's impact. Here it is right here. This is mid-season, and this is split zone like we're talking about, except in the bowl game, again, against another odd front. Granted, they're shifted a little bit different. They're not playing a true odd stack. Nonetheless, they had some pulling guards going on. They had some, a little bit better action and a tad bit more success. I'm all for standard inside zone practices. I'm all here for it if you have an offensive line that can physically dominate every single snap. If you're going to ask these guys to take 2 steps, make impact, put their hands and have perfect hat placement and hand placement, and win the point of attack every single time. If you're going to ask guys to do this 30 and 40 snaps a game without giving them any type of schematic break, any type of pulling guards, any type of easy blocks, right? We saw how easy it was for these tackles just a hinge block against Baylor. Well, watch how hard this is, okay? This is against Auburn, and look, everyone is losing the point of attack. Hell, Isaiah Wilson on the backside is being asked to dig out one of the best players in all of college football. Okay, DeAndre Swift makes him right, And that's all fine and dandy, but this play is designed to run this way. And I'm going to tell you right now, we talked about earlier how Cade Mays is my guy, mauler and brawler, right? Cade, you're not helping your buddy out here at all. Don't leave your man hanging. Get a wing on this guy. You have got, watch, I'll point it right there. You've got to seal this guy to help deliver him, is the terminology in the blocking world. Deliver him to that backside right tackle so we can fully dig him out as we move to this backside inside linebacker. Front side combo block. These two are working a tray combo, if you will, tackle, tight end, tray. I don't know why. Again, it goes back to terminology. It's been that way forever. And another Trey Hill right here, they're working what you call a deuce block, or an uno, or a dose, however you want to call it. It's a front side, center, and guard. Also heard it called a cat, right? Center and, well, I don't know. Everyone calls it different. Nonetheless, this combo block's working to the front side point, okay? But no one really gets to it except for Cade. And you know why Cade gets to his linebacker? Because he's cheating that front side just a little bit. But all's fair and is, it ends fair because number 7 is electric, and it will be a top 2-round pick here in the coming up NFL draft. But again, you're asking these guys to win front side every single time. And I don't care how good Andrew Thomas is, okay? Guess what? Marlon Davis is pretty damn good himself. Okay, so he's going to stonewall you at the point of attack every once in a while, even though you ended up getting the cake. And we might give you that point on the score sheet. Something a little more generous than I am, but I'll give you that one, AT. I'll give it to you, okay? But look, this combo's working okay, but Trey never gets off. Trey never gets off to this linebacker because they never get to him. That's okay. Look, offensive linemen, they teach you all the time. 2 hands on the down lineman, 4 hands on the linebacker. The only way us two are going to get these two is if we work together. And look, if you don't get push at the point of the attack, then you are not to leave this down lineman. If you don't get him moved off of the line of scrimmage, then you are wasting your time trying to block this guy because you didn't take care of your primary target, which is this down lineman, okay? So, Cade does a great job getting up, but again, we told you why. He cheated. You can't look. Tell me if there's any impact. Now, I know I'm talking to myself right here, but tell me if there's any impact. If you see any impact on this play side shoulder from number 5, that guy's running straight through a 6'8", 330-pound tackle right there, making mincemeat of number 79. That's how great number 5 is. Again, but you're asking these guys to win and physically dominate every single snap. And if you got a set of offensive linemen that can do that, that's fine and dandy. But if these 5 guys right here, these 5 guys can't do this, if they can't win at the point of attack every single time, then I don't know what 5 guys in college football can, okay? It's about as good as it gets. And look at all the guys in the box. And a lot of it's because we got a bunch formation here. But look how tight it is. And they've made it this way, but they also had a lot of success against Auburn doing this. But nonetheless, the point of tonight's session, we already talked about schematic differences. We're just running standard inside zones, what we call bully ball in the SEC. Look, Coach Smart talked about how hard it is to run the football in the SEC. He said it's hard. Just like that. That was his tone of voice. It's hard to run the football in the SEC. Well, make it a little easier. Get you guys out there on the edge. Let them be a little athletic, okay? Don't ask them to do combos and frontside ISOs all the time. Frontside tray blocks with Eli Wolf giving no help on Marlon Davidson because he thinks he's got an outside defender already pressed. Give it time, baby. Give it time. Love Matt Luke. Love his impact. Love you guys for listening. We'll catch you and watching. We'll catch you next time.